Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Learn new skills during this time. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of podcasts across my platforms saying during this time. But anyway, you know what? We just got to be real with it. Money wise, things ain't going to be the same. Things ain't going to be the same. Because I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, millions of people were laid off their jobs, furloughed and everything, and they're going to open up the economy, but a lot of people ain't going to get their jobs back. They are not going to get their old jobs back. Because trust me, and shoot, even some people who might have been working for a small business or something, a lot of businesses are going to close during this time, because even with government help, they ain't making the same amount of money. Or, even when they get started again, they may not be able to afford for a while to bring back people right away. Because say it's a small business, right? They might have to almost damn near start from zero. They might not be able to bring that person, because here's the thing. Even though the business is opening back up and everything, people might be slow to run back out. People might be very slow to run back out. And even then, I was checking President Trump's plan. He have the outline for how to reopen America and everything. And it's actually a good plan. But he was still saying, if you are vulnerable, and stuff, still self-insulate. So people might not be running out right away, and people are going to be nervous. People are going to be nervous. So even if you could open up all the businesses back up, and I guarantee there's still going to be some emptiness. And, they still might be practicing some type of social distancing. So like say they open up the movie theaters. They might make it so people can't sit next to each other. Something, because people are going to still be cautious. And then the opening is going to pretty much be slow. So a lot of people, as a result of all this, you might need a job someplace else. Now, even now, they got people hiring in different industries still, like grocery stores. A lot of grocery stores, food places, they actually looking to hire people, right? So, you got something. But what if you in that a place where they don't need your services anymore? Because I'm going to tell you something else, too. There's a lot of people, there's probably millions of people out there that their managers or somebody wanted to fire them and couldn't. It's tough to fire. It is even at will firing state. Even in states where they have at will firing, where they can just pretty much fire you, they do have to have a good reason. So a lot of people with that furlough thing, technically they don't have to hire you back. Because I'm gonna tell you what too, especially if you older, like say you were older, and say, okay, hypothetically, you making $20. I talked about this before, but I gotta go over this again. Hypothetically, like you on a job, you making $20 an hour, right? $20 an hour, full benefits, you got all the stuff on there. But say despite all that, there was some issue with the owner or manager or something. It could be a minor issue. They don't have to hire you back. That's the one thing about being furloughed and all that laid off. Like once you get that, once you start getting that unemployment, they don't have to bring you back. And they can always say that because, all right, you making 20, but then they could have somebody else do the same job, or they could have somebody else do the same job and bring somebody else in and start them off at $10 an hour. Yeah, every state hasn't gone to that like 15 an hour yet. Right? So look, they saving money. And here's another thing. Say you got two people on that job making 20 an hour, right? Two people. They can bring back not only a person coming in there just making 10, but they can make it so that this person is doing both their jobs. And that's a prevalent. I've seen that. I saw that during the last recession. I saw that. All of a sudden, somebody get their job. They'll do that on jobs. They'll do that, especially in retail or something. And depending on the office job, all of a sudden they'll say, "Oh, well, we need you to do this too." Right? So it's like, it's a lot. So, but what can you do during this time? What can you do? You got to learn new skills. Like during this time that we're off, maybe Start looking into something. Maybe there might be something online that has distance learning or something, or maybe you had something. Start figuring out a way, because they got a lot of stuff online where you can even take free classes on something. But you got to have something. You got to expand what you do. There's nothing wrong with continuing education. Maybe you can get into some type of training program. Now, as far as the training programs, from what I do, I haven't had motivation to look into them. But, with distance learning and stuff, you might be able to enroll there. And they might have some way you can get in there. And then, push come to shove, get on YouTube and look at some of these editorial, instructional videos and stuff. Figure out something. Like, here's an example. You might be one of those home barbers. Learn some stuff, and then, maybe you can get a job at a barber shop or something. Like with barbering, that's one example. You don't always have to go to a barbering school. You don't have to go to a barbering school, but you can be an apprentice on a job. They allow that, or something, whatever the case, But you're going to have to during this time, because it's not guaranteed you're going to go back to your thing. And then at the same time, all right, I was talking about a situation where somebody was making, 20 and got replaced by somebody making 10. Even though you started out small, learning a new skill, you might be the person they hire, especially if you're younger. Because that's one thing I'm peeping with some of these grocery stores hiring and everything. I'm peeping that. I'm noticing like, wow, we got a lot of younger people around here. This is the real thing. This is the real thing. Learn your skills, brush up on something. And since I'm still got a business focus on this, maybe this might be the time to really focus on your business. Now, I know a lot of people, like I've already said, most people when they start a business, they still have a full-time job or something. They don't have it now, but maybe you can focus on it full time. Now's the time. You're supposed to get the stimulus check. You might be getting unemployment. And, at the least, so you got a little bit of room. This is the time to really go hard then on the business, because actually you had nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose during this time. You just get that skill going, really focus. You got free time now. Yeah, you might have to play with the kids, do some homework with them, but you right there. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I can do this full time now. And I'm gonna get more into that in the next podcast, but this is the time. Learn some new skills. Focus on that business. If you're a creative person, work on that book. I know someone working on their writing right now. Work on that book. Work on that song, whatever. Really develop all of that. That is key. That is key, okay? I want y'all to do that. I want y'all to be very how can I say it? Yeah, very, very key with that. Because those new skills, understand something, the economy, job situation, everything is going to change. Even when they open stuff back up, a lot of businesses are going to go out. A lot of people are going to hire different. Things are going to look different on so many levels. You might go to a restaurant you usually used to go to before everything was shut down, and you see a whole new crew in there. So, but what you got to do, regardless of what everybody else is, learn your skills. Get your stuff going together, okay? So anyway, y'all know why y'all got to learn those skills. We got to go make that money.